Here with Victor Afable from VA Composites, the VA, Mr. VA Composites. So great to catch up again every year. Always good to see you, whether it's back home or here. Great last year or two for VA. I think as far as the products have gone, the success that we've had in the studio, we've seen just as you've told us, the amount of growth we've had in terms of sales-wise with the products because they just perform. But how has it been the last couple of years for you guys managing through COVID? And then the huge growth in that period as well.
Well, as everybody knows, COVID was was 2 big years in the golf industry. It's all you could do is play golf, right?
Yeah.
So it was 2 busy years for us, 2 busy years in the golf industry, and we're on year 7 now. And I feel we're steady and successful, and we just keep going. Yeah.
And in terms of, did you have to make any so difficult decisions with managing product that was coming through, or which lines you kind of promoted production towards?
Yeah, everything. We didn't promote one line more than the other, but the supply chain was really messed up.
Yeah.
As all the big guys could tell you, like the Callaways and TaylorMades and all that. We all had the same issues.
Yeah.
Production went from 2 months to 8 months.
Yeah.
And so it was really hard to predict, what was going to happen, and we made it through, and here we are. I mean, it's 2023, another PGA Show.
Another one. Yeah.
It's like over 30 years for me now. It's crazy. That's how old I am.
It's interesting, development.
As James says, dinosaur.
Yeah. It's interesting, the development.
I hope your arms are hurting, by the way.
Since we've been coming.
On that camera.
Yeah, the last 18 years, just seeing what it was back then, and then going through the difficult period, sort of, late 2000s, just from an economic point of view, then the regrowth in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And now it kind of feels there's a nice vibe about it this year.
Yeah.
We've seen it busier, but it feels like everyone's just glad to be back.
Yeah. And, you guys have always been a great dealer of ours for the last, as long as we've been. The last 7 years, it's been good, and we're just we're excited every year. We launch a new product, and we've got some really cool products coming out this year. So stay tuned. We've been R&D for the last year now, and it's good. Life is good.
You allowed to tell us?
No, not yet,
No? Okay.
not yet. But we are going to launch this in March. And so just stay tuned. We'll
and from a materials point of view, utilizing different grades of materials than you have done in the past. Is this a product which is it a step change from what you've done before, material wise, or using materials differently?
Yeah. So this product, I kind of want to say it's more categorized to the better player. So, the guys that play maybe Ventus Blue, Ventus Black.
Yeah.
I think we were lacking a little bit of that in our line. The Drago, obviously the Nemesis has a couple shafts in there. The Rising Black has been good. But this one's going to be pretty more. The bend profile is going to be a little bit stiffer, a little bit more mid-launch to high launch, and then we're going to launch some heavier iron weights too.
Right.
We've usually only launched up to 85 grams. So this one will be up to like 115 grams.
Okay.
So that'll bring in a lot more players, a lot more better players that like the heavier weights in their irons, playing VA.
Yeah. And is that, in terms of your product development, as you're kind of looking ahead from here, is that something where material developments allowing you to utilize more materials within the shafts, or is that more a case of saying, well, actually, we just like to do this with the product, therefore we'll choose the material based on that rather than?
Yeah, we're always looking for newer exotic materials, but for this particular product, we do have to use a higher ton, like a T1100 material, which is more expensive, more exotic, a little bit harder to get, and that's to make the shaft perform the way that we want it to. We did have to use more better materials.
And are there any areas within your range that you're looking at developing moving forward? Is there any areas, I guess, based on developments within clubhead profiles, materials? Is there anything that anything you'd like to do moving? I mean, you probably can't tell us anyway. But are there any areas of your range that you feel you'd like to develop a little bit more moving forward?
The heads really have they have changed along the way. But from 3 years ago to now, I mean, cosmetics change, things change, but the heads are so stable now that we can use, we do build shafts a different way to work, in hand with the newer heads, but we're not really changing too much now.
Yeah.
We are adding a couple new putter shafts, so that's kind of exciting. Two putter shafts will be coming out probably closer to late spring as well.
And that's something that's really, I think, really noticeable this show is how many of I'm assuming a composite based shop,
right.
How many of those this year we're sort of seeing, several of the shop companies adding to that side of things. So it's really been a massive boom. Is that something that you'd had your eyes on for a while?
No, it's actually come about by demand. A lot of our dealers are asking. A lot of dealers are doing putter fittings now, like you guys are, and they're looking for more options.
Yeah.
And so we're going to come out with a 130 gram putter shaft as well as like a 120 gram putter shaft.
So with that, from obviously you've got the wood of the iron shafts. From designing a putter shaft standpoint, how different is that from let's say if you take the heavier iron shafts?
Yeah, it's pretty different because you need low torque and you need it pretty stiff. Yeah. Because you don't want the shaft rebounding. So it is different, and it's something that I haven't done in the past. Yeah. And so it was a little bit of a learning curve for us, but over the past year we've been working on it and doing research and testing, and I think we've got a winner. Of course.
Going to be traditional VA graphics, or
it's going to be some wild graphics on these. So it's not going to be your standard putter.
Well, so at least we're going to know from distance.
Exactly.
So great to see you as always.
Yeah, good to see you guys
Thanks for
too.
the chat. And
another show.
We look forward to March when the big reveal in the studio will
That's
happen.
Right.
But look, always great to test the products.
Yeah.
And thanks for your support for us over the years. Product development has been great, and look forward to the new stuff coming in.
So just remember, get custom fit and see these guys. See this guy, he's one of the best. And the guy behind the camera right now is one of the best builders. What else do you do?
Make you look pretty on camera, Victor.
That's going to be some work.
There's some good filters on those.
Yeah, that's right.
But anyway, again, great friend of ours.
Okay.
Great
Good
to see
you, man.
And look forward to getting the new products, and we'll let you know as soon as the products are in the test out. Watch this space.
Stay tuned.